I'm Review My RV, and every week we're throwing open the doors to the newest, most jaw-dropping motorhomes before they even hit the dealership lot. If it's fresh, innovative, and rev-ready, we're reviewing it. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, what's up? Today I've got some wild news to share, so buckle up, because I'm going to walk you through the rumors, leaks, and possibilities around what could be the most surprising move by Bugatti yet, a 2026 Bugatti Motorhome. Yes, you heard that right, the idea of a hyper-luxury motorhome from the Maison de Molsheim. Now, I need to tell you up front, as of now, this motorhome is not confirmed by Bugatti. But the sketches, the industry whispers, the speculation, and some surprisingly detailed spec sheets floating around make this one of the most exciting what-ifs in automotive plus luxury camper spaces. So imagine we're getting the inside scoop, and I want you with me every mile of the ride. Picture this, you're driving through the mountains or coasting through deserts, but your ride is Bugatti-level glamour. Bugatti styling, Bugatti power, but stretched out like a home on wheels. That's the mental image that's been kicking around. A Bugatti motorhome for 2026, combining ultra-luxury design, off-road capability, hybrid powertrain, tech, comfort, all of it. In this video, I'll walk you through what people are saying, what seems plausible, how it stacks up against past Bugatti models in rival high-end motorhomes, and what it might mean for the future of both Bugatti and motorhome lovers like us. If hey, you want me to do another deep dive if official details drop a comment and I'll do it. Okay, let's start with what these rumors say about design and exterior. The proposed Bugatti motorhome is imagined not as your typical RV box, but as something that feels true to Bugatti DNA. That means flowing curves, sculpted lines, high-end materials, signature touches. Think horseshoe grille cues, aerodynamic elements, sleek LED light bars, perhaps even split or two-tone paint finishes in that classic Bugatti way. One big feature people talk about is an active hydraulic leveling system, so when you park, leveling isn't a chore, it's done automatically, keeping everything stable. Ground clearance is also rumored to be adjustable, with an off-road mode that gives significant lift and protection underneath, skid plates etc., so you can explore dirt roads, mountain passes, rugged terrain, not just highways or glamping grounds. Some renders show retractable aero elements, deployable solar panels, and large all-terrain tires. On dimensions, big, some speculative measurements put the length at around 11.5 to 12.2 meters, with maybe 2.6 meters mirrors included, height sometimes reaching as high as 3.8 to 4.1 meters when certain elements are retracted or deployed. So we're talking about a behemoth that still presumably wants to maintain some elegance, some sleekness. And weight, heavy but built with a lot of carbon fiber, aluminum, advanced composites to try to keep mass down relative to its size. That said, even with lightweight materials, you're still looking at something massive. Now, power, propulsion, hybrid engine, this is where the whispers get juicy. According to what I saw, the proposed motorhome would possibly use a hybrid-assisted W16 or W16 hybrid architecture. The idea seems inspired by what Bugatti is doing with its hypercar launches, newer powertrains, more electrification, but still retaining that signature engine sound, that feel, that visceral punch. The rumors mention quad turbos plus electric motors to assist in boosting torque and maybe helping with low-end grunt for off-road pull, for towing if needed, for smooth starts in campgrounds etc. They say you might see somewhere between 1,200 to 1,600 horsepower, depending on configuration, with very high torque and all-wheel drive. There's talk of batteries and solar arrays, for off-grid autonomy power for the house side. Features, entertainment, cooking, heating, cooling without needing to be plugged in constantly. Possibly the battery pack is sizable, possibly able to support a few days of independent living, depending on usage. And, importantly, some kind of generator or hybrid system to manage long drives, especially in remote areas. So imagine the Bugatti speed meets the camper lifestyle. Big power for highway overtakes, enough torque for hill climbs or off-grid spots, and the luxury of quiet or hybrid modes so you're not roaring constantly. Inside, people expect nothing short of a rolling palace. The interior updates rumored are things like a master suite, guest cabins, ultra-luxury materials, leather, wood, possibly carbon fiber trim, high gloss and matte finishes, ambient lighting, panoramic windows, possibly a glass roof for large skylights. Kitchens imagined to be full-featured, induction cooking, high-end refrigerator, possibly even wine coolers, and clever storage solutions. Think hideaways, soft close drawers, integrated garages for bikes or a small sports car, even. Bathrooms likely to be spa-like, with bathroom, high water tanks, showers, perhaps integrated tech like smart mirrors or ambient lighting that shifts with time of day. On the living side, lounge areas that convert maybe from seating to sleeping, perhaps a master bed suite, multiple sleeping zones for guests, entertainment systems, OLED or even 8K screens, high-fidelity sound, smart climate control, voice or app-controlled systems. Then there's connectivity, satellite internet, Wi-Fi, charging ports everywhere, maybe even solar power and energy management so that you can camp off the grid comfortably. Off-road features. People discussing this design are not imagining just parking in posh campgrounds. They want ruggedness, so reinforced underbody, skid plates, maybe locking differentials, all-wheel drive, suspension lift mode, possibly rugged tires that can handle mud, gravel, uneven roads. Active suspension, maybe independent dampers, maybe even something like air ride to adjust ride height and comfort. For adventure travelers who don't want to stay strictly on tarmac, this is key. Also features like all-weather capability, insulation, heating, cooling robust enough for extreme hot or cold, and possibly solar panels or generators so you don't need to be hooked to mains. Now, comparing this to past Bugatti models. Obviously, Bugatti might be known more for hypercars, Veyron, Chiron, recent tourbillon, not motorhomes. So this would be a departure. But if you think of core elements, power, exclusivity, craftsmanship, attention to detail, bold design, those are shared. What wouldn't be shared? Utility, interior comfort over speed, making space for living, off-road durability. The past models are built for performance, speed, road handling, trek or highway. This concept would trade some of that for comfort, stability, utility. You won't see 0 to 100 in 2 seconds in a motorhome unless some wild physics hack happens, but you'd expect something faster than typical RVs. Also, fuel economy would go out the window compared to modest campers, weight would kill some performance. But for the audience who wants glamour travel, mobile retreat, it's exactly the kind of trade-off they might accept. What are the risks? What do we have to be cautious about? For one, Bugatti has not announced this officially. There is no press release from Bugatti confirming a motorhome project as of the latest confirmed info. The spec sheets floating are speculative, maybe partly fan wish lists, maybe early stage ideas, possibly internal or rumor stage. Also, engineering something like this is a huge challenge, combining hypercar performance with luxury home comfort, off-road ruggedness. Safety standards for such large vehicles, emissions, weight, etc. Costs will skyrocket, local regulations, road size, infrastructure, where to park such a large vehicle, service centers, etc. Also, resale market for ultra-luxury motorhomes is niche, but imagine if they pull it off, what this motorhome would do to change the game. It would blur further the lines between travel, luxury, performance. It would let people bring not only style but real capability to remote spots. It would probably inspire competitors to push their own luxury RV programs, so we might see more exotic brands entering the scene. And it would extend Bugatti's brand beyond speed freaks to lifestyle travelers, luxury adventurers. So what do I believe will happen versus what is wishful thinking? Here's my take. I think Bugatti is unlikely to build a mass-produced motorhome. If it happens, it's going to be ultra-limited, maybe even coach-built special orders only. I believe that they'll use hybrid tech, maybe plug-in or assist motors, something that helps with quiet power, drivability, and reducing noise vibration. Pure electric doesn't seem urgent here for what the rumors seem to suggest, but electrification will play a part. Off-road features but more, luxury over rugged racing, so moderate off-road capability, enough to handle undeveloped roads, gravel, mountain paths, but not pure hardcore rock crawling. The price will be astronomical. If this reaches production, you'll need deep pockets or very enthusiastic sponsors. Let me paint a scenario. You own the 2026 Bugatti Motor Home. It's summer, you're leaving the city at dawn. Gentle curves of a Bugatti-style silhouette catch the sunrise. LED light bars fade away as the sun rises. On the inside, you have leather and wood, ambient tones that shift with the light. Your kitchen smells of fresh coffee from a built-in espresso machine, maybe a panoramic skylight above the master bed showing stars. You've gone off the grid, you're using solar panels on the roof, the hybrid system powering essentials. You traverse gravel roads, the underbody protection quietly dealing with uneven terrain. Then you settle at a cliff overlooking a lake. With the leveling system, it's perfectly flat. You relax, you watch the sunset. That's the dream this concept is selling. Not just transport, but a luxurious way to live anywhere. To wrap up, whether the 2026 Bugatti Motor Home becomes real or stays a fantasy, it's a fascinating idea. It captures imagination because it blends worlds, performance cars and mobile living. It makes us think about what luxury travel looks like when constraints of size, road types, power aren't the main limits. And if even 50% of the rumors are true, it could be one of the most spectacular rolling machines ever. If you enjoyed this speculative ride, let me know. I can pull together a video comparing leaked renderings versus what we know, or even imagining an owner's diary in one of these. And hey, if you'd want your dream specs built into one, what would you include? Drop your wish list in the comments. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and imagine the road ahead in style. If you love seeing the absolute newest motorhome technology and design, you need to be part of the Review My RV family. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next big reveal. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the open road.